My wife cheated on me. What should I do? This is a very painful thing for men to talk about. It's going to be our topic today. What to do here. Your wife just said, I'm having sex with another man, or I've had sex with several men or women or whatever she's into. How do you process that? What do you do? What are your next steps? That's our topic today. Now, if you've yet to subscribe to our channel, please do. We have hundreds of information that you might benefit from. And also, if you have a question, please put it in the box. We'll be happy to return that. Stay tuned. My wife has cheated on me. What should I do? Right now, the first thing I want to tell you, sir, is do not automatically go into blaming yourself. Don't buy that. Be patient and find out why. And it may be hard to find out why, because there's variables here. There's her past. Was she sexually abused? Was she abandoned? Is she looking for, love through sex? Does she have a sex addiction, masturbation, pornography, and being sexual with other people? Is it possible she has a personality disorder? Borderline personality disorders are very common to act out sexually for validation, to get that high of having that magic relationship. Also, another one is called intimacy anorexia. Probably a term you've never heard, but Google it. That might be what's going on as well, from her or from you. To be honest, it could be either way. But let me go through that real quick. Intimacy anorexia is the active withholding of spiritual, emotional, and sexual intimacy. So someone who has it, they're too busy for their spouse. They blame the spouse for all the problems in the marriage. They withhold love, especially the way the person wants to be loved. They withhold spiritually. They withhold sex, or they're disconnected during sex, like they're not present, or they're using language that has nothing to do with the relationship. Okay? They are unwilling or unable to share their feelings with you. They use anger or silence as a way to control in the relationship. They have ongoing or ungrounded criticism of the spouse. Sometimes they control around money. But if you feel married and alone, as well as being cheated on, you definitely want to look up intimacy anorexia, because for them, sex without intimacy is able to be done, but sex with intimacy is a real challenge. And so there is going to be no pat answer. And maybe you're even living in a sexless marriage. I got a great DVD called Sexless and Married. And if that's what's been going on, and then they're going out and doing this, you definitely want to find out what's going on. Okay? Now, next steps for you. You want to get some help. This is where a lot of guys just don't show up for themselves. You were lied to, you were hurt, you feel inadequate. Sexually, you might be affected about your particular performance or size and stuff like that. Be honest about what you're thinking and feeling. Okay? Some guys absolutely take no responsibility. It has nothing to do with me. This is all her. She made these choices. I'm a good lover. I'm a good friend. And you may be very good at all of that, and she still chooses to act out, depending on why she's acting out. You may have zero to do with it. Okay? But you've still been betrayed. And you've still been hurt. Okay? And this can impact you. This can impact your self-esteem. This can impact it could cause depression. You might gain weight. So you want to deal with it. If you start finding symptoms in your life that weren't there before, anger, crying, these would be normal. But if they continue for long periods of time, you want to find out what's going on. You're going to grieve the loss of your marriage as you knew it. That's a very important process. The future, the past. What were you doing here or there when you went on this trip? Were you really with a girlfriend? What did you do? And here's a big question. How am I going to find out? I want to address that. How are you going to find out the truth? You know, I'm a guy and like you, I want the truth. And it's going to hurt, it's going to suck, but I would rather have the truth than milly-mallying around for 3 to 5 or 10 years, finding out more and dripping out more, and she's still doing stuff. How do I know more? And how can I stop from not knowing in the future? How would you like an answer for that? Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Dr. Doug Weiss. I'm the president of the American Association for Sex Addiction Therapy. I've trained counselors all around the world. I've been working with sex addicts and intimacy anorexics for over 35 years, okay? And what I found out is really brilliant. We do polygraphs. Ask your wife to do a polygraph to verify her story, that it was one person one time, or it was 3 people in a bar, or whatever the situation was. Questions like, when did you start having sex outside of marriage, and when was the last one? How many people during your marriage have you had a sex act, hand, oral, vaginal, anal, with total number of people? You can know those answers by going to a polygrapher. Now you can also come here to Colorado Springs at Heart to Heart Counseling Center. We do intensives for these situations every week of the year for decades. So if you're trying to save your marriage, it might be really good to do that. And you can do the polygraph here. It's extra, but you can do that and we can knock it out, and you can get support for the situation. But not knowing the truth is going to really be one of the things that's going to be a variable whether you can stay or not. Because you're more likely to leave if you can't know the truth. And if she won't take a polygraph, my clinical experience of 35 years is the men and women who don't take polygraphs, when they do take them, okay, because sometimes they're like, I'm not going to take it, then they do take it, the discrepancy between what they told their spouse and what actually was true is significant. And also, with your wife, you need to find out about pornography, masturbation, Facebook, Instagram, all this kind of stuff. Is she doing that? There's another thing that could be an issue, intrigue addiction. And this is where a woman goes around trying to get that little buzz off of guys, or if she's into girls, and she's getting these little buzzes off of everybody. And sometimes it trips into, oh, hey, you're cute. Hey, I'm cute. Hey, let's get together. Let's get a coffee. And before you know it, they're having sex. Okay, but they're not really addicted to the sex. They're addicted to the intrigue. And so she's always looking around, trying to find, oh, you like me? Hey, you like the eye contact? And that. So there's a lot of variables here. There's not a one fits all size of what you need to do. I would say get help for yourself. If she wants to work on the marriage, get help for your marriage, professional help, find out what's going on. I would say get a polygraph to verify what the heck is true. Because as a man, you can operate in truth. Even if the truth is really bad, it's 30 people, it started the week after we were married, and I can tell you hundreds of really bad stories. But if you know the truth, there's a chance of getting better. But if they're not willing to tell you the truth, there's not much chance this is going to keep reoccurring. And you investing your life without information, well, that's on you if you decide to do that. So you're going to grieve, you're going to have hurt, anger, you need to get that anger out and all that kind of stuff. Please take some next steps for yourself, find out what's going on. And if we can help you here at Heart to Heart Counseling Center, we're happy to. We have guys who email us all the time, Dr. Weiss, you have all this stuff for women, but nothing for us. Well, this is for you. Your pain's just as valid as any woman who's been betrayed. The impact on your finances, on your person, on your spirit, on your parenting, the future of your kids is just as real to you as any woman. You didn't sign up for this and you didn't cause it. Okay? Even if you're a really bad husband, she would divorce you before cheating on you. So the behavior's on her. You guys need to figure out how to go ahead if you want to. And you're probably gonna need some professional help here. Don't go put your head in the sand and listen to, I'll never do it again. That's not a promise that you want unverified. If we're gonna go that route, do a polygraph and do it every year for the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 years to verify she's not grooming anyone, not having secret relationships on the internet, doesn't have a separate cell phone, things like that, to make sure that you're not going down this road and getting punched in the face again. So take next steps, take care of yourself, and if she's willing, see what can be done. I hope this was helpful for you. Your pain's real. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you have a question, sir, feel free and be brave enough just to ask it. Not every case is hopeful. Not every case is successful in the sense of the marriage staying together, but you need to be successful in healing yourself. So do that no matter what your spouse does.